Welcome to Mako Sitrep, Picard, Episode 2. So we get the backstory of the rogue synthetics on Mars, and the very first thing that's interesting to me is the F8 unit and how much it resembles the 0718 android in the Star Trek Kelvin timeline. I think this is just meant to show us that there's one basic android unit aside from Data. So next we find Laris, Picard's caretaker, informing Picard of the Tal Shiar and the backstory of how the Romulans are so biased against synthetics they form a secret organization called Zhat Vash. Picard gets a visit from Dr. Benayoun, his doctor from the Stargazer, and Benayoun informs him that he's not fit for space duty and that he's not well. So now this sets a ticking clock in motion, giving a sense of urgency to everything that Picard does, because this possibly could be his last mission. And you're left wondering if this is due to possibly the after effects of his Borg implants being removed from when he was Locutus. Picard goes to Starfleet and has a pretty intense standoff with Admiral Clancy. They're trying to put a lot of distance between Picard and Starfleet, really setting up the premise that Picard is going to be on his own from here on out. We are taken into a Borg cube that has been separated from the collective. This is where Soji works. It's now called the Borg Artifact Research Institute and is run by Romulans. Soji supervises the removal of cybernetic parts from an unknown species that was assimilated by the Borg. It's an unknown species, yet somehow Soji seems to know their language. We start to connect some dots when Commodore O brings in Lieutenant Rizzo into her office for an update. We learn that Lieutenant Rizzo is undercover in a Romulan, which is interesting because Commander O seems to be a Vulcan, which means that Vulcans and Romulans, in this case, are allies. This brings back the element that Starfleet has been corrupted or infiltrated that we've seen in many Star Trek stories before. If you recognize the actress who plays Commander O, it might be because she's the same actress who played Kumiko in The Karate Kid Part 2. Rizzo contacts Narek, who she calls her baby brother, and asks for an update on his mission. Specifically, has the machine given up the location of its fellow abominations? The big question left for me as a result of this episode is, why do the Romulans hate synthetics or androids so much that they remove them from their culture and actually created a secret organization to destroy them? As it relates to this story, did Maddox possibly create a new species of android that now the Romulans are looking to completely wipe out? Hopefully we can finally meet the rest of our characters and get this story moving in Episode 3.